Guys, welcome to this video. I talk about the water bodies. What do you mean when you say water body? A water body is any significant accumulation of water, generally on a planet's surface, specifically on our Earth's surface. So basically, all the accumulation of water in a large space on our surface is what we call a water body. Now, the term mostly is used to refer to oceans, seas, lakes, rivers, streams, canals, and other geographical features where water moves from one place to another. Let's see the oceans and the other water bodies. An ocean is defined as a body of saline water covering much of the earth. So a body of saline water or salt water that is covering a large area on our earth is what we call an ocean. Now, a largest ocean is the Pacific. Its area is about 165.3 million square kilometers, and the second largest ocean is the Atlantic, which covers 82.2 million square kilometers. The third one is the Indian Ocean, that is covering about 73.4 square kilometers, followed by the Arctic Ocean that covers 14 million square kilometers. So basically, these are just of the oceans that we have on our Earth's surface: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. Moving on, let's see the water movements. Water movements, here we talk about what are the movements that can occur on the surface of water. Now basically there are two types of water movements. The first one is the horizontal movement, and the second one is the vertical movement. When we talk about the horizontal movements, these are movements that are in a form of ocean currents and tides. Now they are resulted due to the density variations in the water. The second one, we said that is the vertical movements. These are the movements that occur as the rising of the subsurface water and the sinking of the subsurface water. So the up and down movements, the rising and the lowering of the subsurface water, are these vertical movements, and they are generally resulted from the winds. So let's start talking about the horizontal movements, specifically ocean currents. An ocean current is the permanent or seasonal movement of surface water in the ocean. So the permanent or seasonal movements, it means that it occurs seasonally of the surface water in the ocean is what we call the ocean current. Now there are warm and cold currents. The ocean currents are set in motion by a combination of prevailing winds, differences in density and the temperature of the ocean waters, rotation of the earth, and the shape of land mass. So these basically are what causes the ocean currents: the combination of prevailing winds, difference in density, temperature of the ocean waters, the rotation of the earth, and the shape of the land mass. So these are what causes the ocean currents. Let's see the tides, which are also the horizontal movements. Tides are the rising and the falling in the level of water in the oceans, seas, and lakes. Basically, they occur twice a day in 24 hours. The level to which tides rise or fall varies from day to day. On the days when it rises to the highest level, it also falls to its lowest level. Now, the rising and the falling is caused by the pull of gravity of the moon and the sun. So tides basically are caused by the pull of gravity of the moon and the sun. Let's see the vertical movements. Vertical movements, here we're talking about the waves. Waves are to and from movements of the surface of the water, or are the up and down movements of the surface of the water. Now when water is thrown into waves, its surface gets a shape of ups and downs. The highest part of the wave is what we call the crest, and the lowest part is what we call the trough. Now the distance from one crest to the next, or from one trough to the other trough, is what we call the wavelength. Let's see the features of the ocean floor. Here we are talking about what are the features that make up the ocean floor. Now the floor of the ocean is basically irregular. Now the major relief features of the ocean floors are explained as follows. The first one is the continental shelf. What do we mean when we talk about the continental shelf? This is the gentle slope margin of a continent that forms the shallow areas of the oceans. Now these shallow areas extend from the ocean to the depth of about 200 meters toward the ocean, and usually end suddenly. The second one is continental slope. The continental slope is found at the point where the continental shelf forms a steep slope with the lower slope of the ocean floor towards the sea. The third one is a ridge. A ridge is the raised part of the ocean floor. It can look like some kind of a little mountain. Now some of these ridges appear above the surface of the oceans as the oceanic islands. The other one is the ocean dip or trench. An ocean dip is a long, narrow depression or trough found on the ocean floor. Basically, this looks like a long valley, so it's a very deep depression. The other one is the deep sea plain or ocean plain. An ocean plain is the most extensive flat area of the ocean floor. It is a monotonous and undulating area. Larger part of the plain is covered by mud. So basically, these are a few of the features of the ocean floor. There are 6 of them. The first one is continental shelf. The second one is continental slope. The third one is the ridge. The fourth one is ocean dip or trench, and the last one is the deep sea plain or ocean plain. Let's see the lakes. A lake is a natural or man-made body of water that is surrounded by land. Now basically, lakes lie on the land and are not part of the ocean, and therefore are distinct from lagoons, and they are also larger and deeper than ponds. Lakes are not evenly distributed on the Earth's surface. Most are located in the high latitudes and the mountainous regions. Although lakes are usually thought to be freshwater bodies, many lakes, especially in these arid regions, become quite salty because a high rate of evaporation concentrates inflowing salts. Now the Caspian Sea, Dead Sea, and the Great Salt Lake are among the greatest of the world's salty lakes. Let's see about rivers. A river is a natural water flowing in a defined channel towards an ocean, sea, lake, desert margin, marsh, or another river. In some cases, a river flows into the ground and becomes dry at the end of its course without reaching another body of water. So this is just shortly about water bodies. I hope it's clear, guys. Thank you for listening.